beautiful. I agree. I agree. Awesome. So next up, we will be staying in BC for those of you interested in staying around the Vancouver area. I don't know how the weather is over there. It's still pretty hot in Toronto right now. So there we go. We have Ryan just joining us right this moment, right on time.
While Ryan still joins us, I'll let you know today in Vancouver it's 17 degrees Celsius. So we can't complain. We're definitely doing better now, Romain.
Okay, well, it sounds good. Sounds good. Gloomy, yeah, I can see. All right. Thanks, Katie. Thank you so much. Ryan, how's it going?
Good. Hey, how you doing, Romain?
Not too bad. Thank you very much. We should be expecting Mary joining us soon as well.
Absolutely. She should be here any minute.
I believe I can allow that right here.
Well, it's great to meet with you, Ryan.
Yeah, great to meet you too. Appreciate you having us out today. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Mary. Hello.
Hey, Romain. Hey, Katie.
Well, I have known Mary from a long time, and I was in a small world. And, you know, this is what I love about the cannabis industry, that no matter how big this goes, this will still stay so close-knit. This industry is beautiful, and that's why we do what we do. We just love the industry. But over to Mary and Ryan, and take the floor. Everybody's watching, and we would love to hear what you have to say about NextLeaf.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, we'd like to thank the team at Destination One and CanMar Recruitment for inviting us on this event today. We really appreciate it. We'd also like to thank all of you out there who are joining us today, and you chose to be here, which we really appreciate. And we're thrilled to be sharing and talking about NextLeaf with you today. So I'd like to start with introducing my partner on this presentation, Ryan Hirsch. Ryan is our marketing manager. He has successfully built online assets and infrastructure from the ground up for emerging and established companies, and led the execution of globally reaching event activations to engage industry, investor, and consumer audiences alike. Ryan's work and insights have been featured in industry publications, including Cannabis Retail Magazine, Leafly, and Cannabis Prospect Magazine. Ryan's going to be giving you our company presentation momentarily.
Awesome. Thank you, Mary. So I'd like to start off by introducing my partner for the presentation, our Director of HR, Mary Aaron. She is our human resources professional. She creates, develops, and delivers programs to support the needs of teams and individuals, increasing engagement, adding value, and contributing growth to the bottom line through highly engaged and productive staff. She's a certified Clifton Strengths coach, helping individuals develop their talents into strengths. So now that we've introduced ourselves a little bit, I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to take you through a short presentation on NextLeaf and talk a little bit about what it is we do as a company. Just give me 2 seconds here. Okay, are you guys able to see the screen there? Sweet.
Yep, working just fine. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so as Mary mentioned, my name is Ryan Hirsch. I am the marketing manager with NextLeaf Solutions, and I'll be the one taking you through the NextLeaf presentation so that you can learn a little bit more about what we do as a company. So this is my first presentation in a little while, so please excuse any slip-ups. I joined the cannabis industry in early 2017 with a local cannabis retailer. Working with them, we rebranded and launched a national chain of retail stores into the federally regulated market. I joined the team at NextLeaf last October for a number of different reasons. We'll chat about them a little bit later here in the presentation. So NextLeaf Solution trades as oils on the Canadian Securities Exchange, Oil FF on the OTCQB market in the US, and LOMA, LOMA, on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange in Germany. So by the end of the session, you're going to have a better understanding about cannabis extraction technology, the value of intellectual property within cannabis, and the variety of growth opportunities on our horizon. We recognize there's a wide breadth of skill sets tuning into this presentation, so the more context that we can share with you, the better idea that you're going to have of just how your skills could best fit with the NextLeaf team. So while there's specific roles we have posted for at this time, we're also looking to hear from great candidates with highly transferable skills. As an example, we have team members who formerly worked in consumer packaged goods, oil and gas, and other highly regulated markets. Okay, so NextLeaf Solutions as Oils as We Trade By is Canada's most innovative cannabis extractor, developing technology for extracting and distilling THC and CBD oils. NextLeaf's industrial scale extraction plant in Metro Vancouver has a design capacity to process up to 600 kilograms of dried cannabis biomass a day into distilled oils. The company owns a portfolio with a total of 39 issued patents and 65 pending patents all around the extraction and distillation of cannabinoids. NextLeaf Solution commercializes its patent portfolio through IP licensing, supplying THC and CBD oils through NextLeaf Labs, which is our Health Canada licensed processor. So since being introduced last October, there's been a massive demand and increase for extraction driven by all of the new Cannabis 2.0 products. For Cannabis 2.0 products, for those that don't know, are products such as beverages, edibles of any kind, vape products, and topical creams. These all require distillate as the main ingredient in their formulations. Since day one, the NextLeaf team's been focused on doing one thing, and one thing better than everyone else, and that's taking dried cannabis flower or biomass and transforming that into an oil and then to a CBD or THC-based distillate. So NextLeaf's major competitive advantage is that our cannabis extraction plant can process the same amount of dried biomass into refined oil as 10 large off-the-shelf CO2 machines. Our proprietary system is closed-loop chilled ethanol extraction with inline filtration, winterization, solvent recovery, and remediation. What this means is that our ethanol is chilled to the point where winterization can happen as it passes through our system, saving us a step or any footprint or cost of machinery. Our system is also able to reclaim a majority of the ethanol used, reducing our costs for solvent significantly, saving us from having to use machines like rotovaps and also lowering our environmental footprint. The biggest challenge we see in cannabis extraction space is scale. What we see in the industry is companies running off-the-shelf machines. They don't have the throughput that they require. Our 5,000 square foot system throughput is capable of processing up to 600 kilograms of biomass a day, which, as we mentioned earlier, is the same as 10 off-the-shelf CO2 machines. So this is our processing facility, NextLeaf Labs. It's our Health Canada licensed standard processing and research facility. Our labs has been built out over the last 2 years by all of the incredible minds, the PhDs, the engineers on the NextLeaf team. This is where you're going to find our proprietary closed-loop chilled ethanol extraction and distillation plant. It's located in Coquitlam, British Columbia, just about 30 to 35 minutes outside of Vancouver there. So as we mentioned a bit earlier, there's various ways that we look to commercialize our IP or our intellectual property. We provide full processing of cannabis or hemp biomass into purified and distilled oils. We do white label manufacturing, so taking that oil or distillate and putting it into a finished product like a vape cartridge or a beverage. At NextLeaf, we truly believe the future of cannabis is in products that are manufactured with standardized, refined THC and CBD oils. This is an infographic of our patented process for the extraction and distillation of cannabinoids. You can see in the process that the biomass travels through, and you can see the process that the biomass travels through before making it out to the other end as a distilled oil. Another thing to point out is the solvent recovery and the reclamation process. This closed loop system allows us to reduce the solvent costs and our environmental footprint, as we mentioned a bit earlier. So this is NextLeaf Labs' global IP patent portfolio. We currently boast a patent portfolio with a total of 39 issued patents and over 60 pending patents around the industrial scale extraction and purification of cannabinoids. We currently hold the second most total cannabis-related patents of any publicly traded company, as well as we're #1 in extraction and distillation-specific patents. Our pending patent to issued patent success rate is 100% to date. And the green countries that you see here outlined on the map are the countries that we currently have pending patents in. The orange on the map represents the countries that we've successfully been issued patents to date. So currently at NextLeaf Labs, we're just into full operation. We're executing on our first 2 major contracts that were announced over the last few months here. We have a total of 25 metric tons of cannabis biomass that will need to be extracted. We'll be taking that lower grade biomass and turning it into a high purity distillate. We also recently announced a deal last week to supply a BC-based licensed producer with 50 kilos of our THC distillate. It's exciting times, and it's really the reason that our team is looking to hire and build out. So on to that, this is our senior leadership team, beginning with Paul Peterson. Paul is our co-founder, our fearless leader, and CEO. So Paul and our CFO, Charles Ackerman, they work together at a company called, a licensed producer called Peace Naturals. They were there and they exited just shortly after the Kronos Group purchased them, at which point they teamed up with our chief tech officer, Ryan. Ryan's got about 15 plus years of industry experience. And so the three of them teamed up, started NextLeaf, and that was about just under 3 years ago. So at which point they also brought on the president of NextLeaf Labs, Tom Ulanowski. Tom Ulanowski was the former QA with Canna Farms and joined us about 3 years ago. We have some incredibly talented minds that have joined the NextLeaf team from other various professional industries. Dr. Krupal Pal joined us from gas and extraction. She joined about 2.5 years ago to really help Ryan build up and scale out his vision. What you've seen presented here today is our proprietary extraction system that we spent the last few years developing and commissioning. Our team is full of incredibly passionate and hardworking individuals that are committed to NextLeaf's goals and visions. We really appreciate you listening and learning a little bit about what NextLeaf does and what it might be like to join our team. Back to you, Mary.
Thank you, Ryan. We're very proud of our small team at NextLeaf. Early this year, due to markets deteriorating, capital was challenging to find. Our entire team voluntarily made adjustments to participate in an employee stock participation program to help out. Within days of that, the pandemic was announced. Because we had already made changes, no one was laid off. As a matter of fact, we were able to expand our health and benefits program to incorporate an employee assistance program. This was at a time that many organizations were scaling back and making cuts. Our brilliant leadership team was successful in acquiring capital, and during this time, production started. As we entered the production phase, our small team helped out in roles that had nothing to do with what they were hired for. For example, Ryan, our marketing manager, was cleaning the facility 1 day per week. Our executive team was on site milling weed with the team also. Our team has been growing over the past few weeks and will continue to grow to meet the needs of the business. Ryan doesn't have to clean anymore. We have some of the most innovative and brilliant minds working with us. We are a team of passionate individuals seeking to make our mark in the extraction business and are on our way to making and being the most innovative and efficient extraction facility. So Ryan, can you share with everyone your impression of how working at NextLeaf is different than other organizations you have worked at?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, coming from another cannabis company and joining this team, I saw a major opportunity for mentorship. I get to work with some of the absolute most talented minds in the cannabis industry, no doubt. The opportunity to get to collaborate, learn, be coached from some of these innovative and strategic minds. It's really helped me develop myself. It's going to continue to help me develop myself and really work towards the position and the skill set that I desire. So since joining the organization, I've also learned that being coachable is a major asset and it goes such a long way. The more you're open to new ideas, the more you're open to new opportunities, the more you're going to allow yourself to grow both professionally and personally. So yeah, so Mary, talk to me a little bit about how it's been joining the company for you.
Oh, you're throwing a new one at me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I joined NextLeaf as an employee in November. Prior to that, I was doing some contract work for them and got an opportunity to really get to know some of the team. And if you know me, you know that I'm passionate about HR and I'm passionate about people and helping people. And that's really what I do. And when I met this team and I saw their passion and the way they treated one another, I knew it was a place that I wanted to be. And I also enjoy working in an entrepreneurial environment. So being able to start from the ground up and build systems and processes, that made me very happy. So I'm part of that team, and I'm thrilled to be part of that team.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? I'll touch a little bit more about kind of my transition, I guess, from a previous cannabis company over to NextLeaf. So as I mentioned earlier, I joined the cannabis industry in kind of early 2017, working for a legacy retailer in Vancouver. Working with them, we rebranded, we transitioned into the legal rec market. It was an incredible experience. I got to market, merchandise, design, build out stores for a national retailer in a federally regulated market, doing something people have never done before. It wasn't an easy choice as well to leave a company that you really helped start build from the ground up. However, the team at NextLeaf had just a little bit, actually a lot more to offer internally speaking. And so what I mean by internally speaking is the team at NextLeaf really aligns itself with your goals, both career-wise and company-wise. It looks at ways that it can support you throughout. The mentorship from the CEO down is absolutely incredible, and the team works with you to ensure that you're developing in the way that you want to and that makes sense for the company's growth. Another big thing for me was seeing that everyone, regardless of position, was willing to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty. I saw a major opportunity to help and build up and establish a company culture, as well as build out a bit of a corporate social responsibility committee. The company culture at NextLeaf really stands out for me. The team enjoy one another. Everyone has their job and has their role. And regardless of position, like I say, we're all in it to see the company succeed at the end of the day. Speaking a little bit on corporate social responsibility, Mary, do you want to touch on that?
Yes, certainly. Diversity and inclusivity in the workplace is essential. Having a diverse and inclusive workplace has many benefits for society, the organization, and for individuals. We're very saddened that it's still in 2020, we're seeing so much discrimination and at so many levels. We've created a team to help us identify all of the areas that NextLeaf should and will address. We've created an internal survey to measure where our team feels we are at. We will be conducting education sessions on unconscious bias and other related topics. We will be, sorry, I kind of lost where I was at. We have committed to using our collective voices to speak up. The cannabis industry is very well connected, and we believe that together we can make a difference. And we will seek out ways to support growth and opportunity for underrepresented individuals who would like to join this company. We will also provide mentorship opportunities, and our team will be given opportunities to volunteer. There's so much to be done in this area, and we're just getting started. We welcome any ideas that may help us. So Ryan, you've already talked a little bit about how you've grown in the organization, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, again, I think it really goes back to just the mentorship from the top level down, the coachability that all the senior leaders really display at the organization. Yeah, I think that's really, really what it speaks to. I mean, in terms of open positions, Mary, do you want to maybe talk a little bit about what we're actually hiring for currently and what our open positions are?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So we currently have 3 postings on Indeed. So if anyone's been on there, they would have seen them by now. The first one is a sanitation technician role. And the ideal candidate for this role, this person needs to like cleaning, pretty much. They need to like to clean. As you can imagine, the facility is under very strict regulations for cleanliness. So if you've worked in the industry already, you have some knowledge about what that takes, but it's a great entry-level position for someone coming in to get to know the industry, to get to know our organization, and perhaps work their way up the ladder within the organization. The other position that we have posted is a processing technician position. So the ideal candidate for this role loves the science of extraction and preferably has some experience in the industry. However, we have hired individuals from pharmaceutical production areas as well. We also have quality assurance associate role posted, and the ideal candidate for this role is someone who is very detail oriented and very organized. And they need to be able to take charge and keep everyone else in line. And hopefully they have some experience in this, in a similar role, or in the pharmaceutical production industry as well. So if you out there are interested in any of the roles mentioned, check out our postings on Indeed. If you would like to forward your resume for other potential opportunities that these, just aren't ones that are suitable for you, please send your cover letter and resume to careers@nextleafsolutions.com. Our journey has just started, and we're always looking for great people. Thank you everyone for attending. It was truly our pleasure to share our story with you.
I must say this was quite inspiring, Mary and Ryan.
Appreciate that.
So much that we have learned as an organization for ourselves as well, that we could do better. And diversity and inclusion are such an important subject that a lot of people have missed over the past few decades. But this is that time that this is 2020, and we should really be talking about 2020 and going forward, not be going backwards.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's
and having the conversations.
Absolutely. It's just very important, and everybody needs to know that.
Yeah, and I think what's really important also is not just the conversations, but actually action that follows those conversations. So, and this is where we're at, is you're developing those action plans. Where are we now? Where do we want to be in 5 years? And how are we going to get there?
Amazing work, guys. This is brilliant. So Romain, I believe we do have some questions, and I'm not too sure of how much time is left, but if we have some time, maybe you can ask the questions.
Absolutely. I mean, we have a few more minutes, 3-4 minutes for questions for you guys. So let's see, just a very few actually. Mary, could you share what NextLeaf future looks like in terms of growing their sales and business development teams?
Oy. All right. Yeah. So there's a lot of potential here. Our corporate services department consists of marketing, investor relations, and business development. And as Ryan was talking about in his slides, we have our first contracts, but there are many more to come. And will this be our only facility down the road? Who knows, right? So there is going to be opportunities for sure. We want our facility to be running 24/7 all year long. And there's a lot of cannabis out there to be processed. So business development, absolutely, there will be opportunities there.
Excellent. What is NextLeaf view on work-life balance?
Good question. Right now?
I'll speak to that a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I came from a cannabis company where we worked 7 in the morning to 7 at night a lot of the time. It was pretty standard. It was a startup. We were opening national retail stores. I find here we work very hard, but there is very much so a work-life balance. We're able to go home. We're able to shut off in the evening. We're able to do after work activities, if you will. Like, I've gotten back into soccer a little bit. I've gotten myself back to the gym. So, I mean, work-life balance was something that I didn't even know existed prior to actually joining NextLeaf. So coming over to NextLeaf's actually reintroduced me to work-life balance. And I think they do an incredible job at making sure that all their employees and all their staff really maintain that work-life balance, especially with the production side. They're putting in some long days, they're putting in some long shifts, and they're doing some hard work. So it's important to make sure that there is that work-life balance. Mary, I don't know if you can maybe add to that.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of West Coast thinking as well. So on the West Coast, we definitely believe in work-life balance. And yes, we're going through a phase right now where we've been working very hard and long hours, but that's why we're hiring. And that's why we're growing, so that we can balance it all out. And yes, Ryan's doing his, after work activities. We all tend to, I think if you talk to anyone in the organization, they have other activities that they're involved with. So yeah, it's definitely a priority for all of us. We value our team, and we want to keep our team.
Awesome. There are so many other questions, so we'll make sure that we're, go ahead, Ryan, please.
Just one quick thing, Romain. There's a couple questions in here that I noticed, just specifically speaking to security clearance. That's massive for us. We are a security cleared facility. If you have security clearance by Health Canada already, please reach out if you are interested, and there's positions that make sense based on your skill set. So I just wanted to put that out there. Security clearance, massive thing. So yes.
Absolutely. No worries. Again, we'll forward those questions to you.
Awesome.
People are really interested. As you can see in the chat, people have been really enjoyed the conversation that you guys put together. Great presentation. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. And
Thanks, guys.
Ryan,
thanks for having us.
good for soccer.
We'll talk about that offline.
Okay, and I'll be talking to you later. Bye.
Good to see you, Mary.
Have a great day,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Lovely presentation, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.